Nima in Bong and Lofa counties. Good morning. And just as I told you earlier that we were expecting the National Executive Committee of the CDC in person of Chief Moses Kollie, who is the National Vice Chair for Administration, and Representative Thomas Pangafala, he's commonly known as Tifa. He's also the National Vice Chair for Operation, the CDC, and Councillor Joseph Jallah is also on his way. As you might be aware, he is one of those persons aspiring for the senatorial seat in Lofa County that was slated earlier for May 10th, but as you know, the National Elections Commission recently wrote the National Legislature requesting that they have a later date set for this particular date. My name is Prince, and this is a simulcast on both Radio Live 92.5 and the Alternative Youth Radio in Zorzor, Lofa County 98.9. And it's also streaming live on various platforms. But you can also follow our Facebook account at Rational T Prince Molba, and it's going live across the world. So I want to say good morning wherever you are, folks. Invite one or two persons, join you on this great conversation as it's coming across. And I have Benjamin Say Labla on this conversation with me this morning. I will. So council also just enter studio, and so the three of them are already in full. But let me welcome live now in studio my distinguished guest. Like I told you, it's a very huge platform this morning we have him on the People's Radio, and we're going live on the three. I mean, that's the two radio stations. This should have been across the country, but nevertheless, I want to say good morning, and we might also have some adjustment later on today in the message from the Quran program. Yes, because of this particular conversation. So let's say good morning, Chiefs.
Good morning, Prince, and good morning to the Zolaye station family.
Good morning to our people in Radio Land. It's a pleasure to be back home, precisely Zorzor. It's a pleasure to be in the studio. I think for some of us, this is our first time.
Yeah.
I think we are grateful.
All the conversation have been at Ilhar.
We'd like to commend the management of this institution in the midst of all of the hard and important. And I think the young folks, you guys are doing well. And thank you for disseminating information to our people. And I think it's a pleasure. We're happy being in Lofa County, happy being in Zorzor. And I think we're very, very well. Thank you. Good to see you people. Good to see our people in Lofa. Very, very well. We know times are tough, but I think we give God the glory that we can see some of our friends that we haven't seen for a while. We have not interacted for a while. And I think we're good. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for the compliment as well. Council?
Thank you, Prince. Good morning to Zorzor. Good morning to our great people in Zorzor.
Yeah, just have him.
Good morning to our great people of Zorzor. Good morning to Salaya and the rest of the county. We are grateful to be here. I had an interaction with Prince, but this is my first physical face-to-face meeting with Prince, and I promise it's going to be, entertaining and very informative and educative as well.
Well, I want to say again, welcome.
Thank you.
Chief,
so much.
I don't know whether you've been here since we things like this.
Well, this studio is my old area. The terrain, I'm so used to the terrain.
I know.
I've seen the work. Thanks for some improvement. I see the roof. It's a unique work. We just want to acknowledge you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So I'm told you've been in the county for this now.
Yes. Again, firstly, let me begin by saying a big thank you to the Lofa County, the level at which we were received as in public in Salai, the gateway to Lofa County, the way our people received our delegation, and when we entered Zorzor City yesterday, that was so overwhelming. And so basically, if you they ask me why are we here, we have come as officials of the Coalition for Democratic Change. We have accompanied Councillor Joseph Jallah. As you may be aware, a few days back, the coalition endorsed the candidacy of Councillor Jallah. But I just want to inform our people of Lofa County. The issue of Lofa County should be considered as the common denominator of everyone. I mean, all of our comments when we enter this county, our speeches, be it, political or religious or whatsoever, should be reconciling. It is unfortunate that most of our brothers and sisters will always enter Lofa County and begin to preach, politics of division that will tend to divide the people of Lofa County. There have been some wrong, messages, wrong information to the people of Lufa, particularly me, Chief Kollie. This is my very first time I would choose to to comment on the misinformation, the wrong, accusation against, the we-led government. And I want to appreciate you, you interview, BJ Samukai. The comment from BJ Samukai clearly indicates that indeed the president and his administration did not interfere or anything. In fact, he did praise the president for giving him freedom that he's moving around today on the basis of the presidential pardon or clemency, which he still seeking for. So there have been some, misinformation to our people by coming with a message they are against us. And this is wrong, Prince. And you guys in the media must be strong enough to clearly explain to the people about the actual information. Lofa County is not a political party. Lofa County is one of the 15 counties within the Republic of Liberia. Lofa County hosts 6 tribes, out of the 16 tribes. So you will find every political party in this country, you'll find members of every political party in this county. Once you have, a legitimate, political party in this republic, indeed, you'll find a member, in Lofa. So for anyone to come in this county to begin to present a picture, misinformation to our people that the CDC-led government is against Lofa. Moses Kollie is from Lofa County. I'm a stakeholder in this county. You have key holders. In fact, coincidentally, and maybe this is going to expose the sons of Lofa that are heading the coalition. The national chair of the CDC is from Bruyama. The vice chair for administration of the coalition, Chief Moses Kollie, is from Salai. The vice chair for operations is from Foya, the Uncle Tifa. The deputy secretary general, Janga Ko, he's a Bandi man from the Bandi land, Kollie Hon. The youth league chair of the coalition, Jefferson Tambakochi, he's from Foya. So the entire hierarchy come from Lofa. So what else can people say that sedition or the members of the CDC are non-Lufian? This is the dishonesty. So we've come to explain to our people that firstly, CDC as a political party, every citizen in this country has a right to be a member. So no one should alienate everyone. Lofa County, there is no one who is of more Lufian than the other. Even a day-old child of Lofa County has a right in this county. So we decided, and it is our right politically, we decided, looking at the political credential, the moral standing of Councillor Jallah, we made the decision that we were endorsing, and indeed the leadership of the coalition decided to endorse, of which we have done, and we don't regret that. So all we can do is to better explain to our people in Lofa why should Councillor Jallah be considered this time around. This is the man who came to us at the revolution. This man came as an independent candidate all throughout. And not only that, he has a political party. The man is the national chair of a political party. Why did he leave, his party to run as an independent candidate? This is a modern democracy. What happens in the U.S. most time? You will see a Democrat, endorsing the presidential candidate of a Republican. You will see a Republican who will endorse the presidential candidate of a Democrat. That is the beauty of a modern democracy. But people go below the belt, in Lofa, in order to win the sympathy of Lofians. They come and misinform our people. They are against us. They are denying us. This is wrong. So as we proceed, we'll get a chance in order to come in, but we have come purposely to educate and debunk those pieces of misinformation that people have been, spreading around here. These weak, politicians who do not have a political backyard. Some cannot even win a representative seat in their backyard. So they come running here. But let me give you the irony of this whole process. I see a sitting senator who should be providing leadership, who should be providing guidance when it comes to political issues in this country. Because I spent 12 years on Capitol Hill. So anything that has to do with politics, I should be the light for my people to guide them. People come, you go on radio, and President Weah is against Lofa. This is unfortunate. I know for a fact that some of them who we know that they are sitting senator, they are praying 15 times so that no Loma man will win this election. That is their prayer right now. But they can't pretend they follow them.
You mean sitting senator in Lofa?
I'm talking about the Steven Zago, Senator Zago.
But he's trading with Kochiman or in Lofa.
You don't know. That is.
Could that be a pretend?
That is complete dishonesty. He's praying day and night like Loma man should not be a senator, so that by tomorrow, because tomorrow he's going to election, so that his chances will not be.
How is that possible, Chief?
I know I'm a politician. I can speak with facts.
This is a man who openly said, "Well, I'm going to campaign for the Union Party candidate because this is their seat. They took the seat from them." So I'm shocked hearing such a thing.
I'm telling you, he's praying day and night.
Would that be a political tactic from your own side to say, "Well, let me just bring him to the low friends like this"?
Throughout my life, I have not lost election, so I know. I took a political decision where what I was seeing in this county, people did not see. I came here when I was caucus chair of the local legislative caucus. I differ with the opinion that indeed Uncle Joe could not win election because what I was seeing, people were not seeing. And I explained. Uncle Joe and myself, we meet, we talk. We are very good friends. We worked together for 12 years at 8 years office. Throughout up to now, as I speak to you, we interact closely. But I said, Senator Weah, then now President Weah was the right candidate, and you are going to, because we conducted a survey. For us as politicians, we don't sleep. We go beyond, the radar. So I'm speaking with facts. So for someone to open their chest and to give an information that indeed they are campaigning, for Galapa, that is be dishonest. And I'm speaking with authority, political authority, that indeed they are praying so that no Loma person will win, the by-election. And not only that, whether they campaign against or not, we know that Councillor Jallah, with our analysis, he has his own strength. I mean, it's just a matter of someone not trying to defy, political gravity. No one can say I'm not up, I'm not down. Politically, you cannot defy gravity. So we must take a side. And we are not afraid to take a side. 2017, we're not afraid to make a decision. So we'll never be afraid. Any leader who does not make a decision, you're not a leader. Be prepared for the consequences. We have made a decision and consider Jallah. We are appealing to our people from Salai, from St. Paul, all the way to Vaon, to Foya. Uncle Tifa is taking out to Foya. Julie Fatima Wea is in Vaon. George Tengbe, the like of Sekou Kole, the Honor Zuba agree, all of the stakeholders, they are in this thing. The superintendent is a campaign chair of this team.
So it's a party mandate as well?
But I told you the party mandate. That's the party mandate. We have endorsed Councillor Jallah and we stand by it. We will ensure through the democratic process, we will explain to our people why should Jallah be voted for, why he is the most, suited candidate. We're not going to use, rhetoric to misinform our people to be violent. We have the chicken air in our chest, so we will continue to preach peace and reconciliation.
Because you don't want to burst.
Yeah, of course. We don't want to go for wrestling. So we have come to appeal to our people that indeed Jallah is a rebel candidate, and I think through him, because I'll be on Capitol Hill, I see vision in him.
Okay, so Chief and Uncle Fallah and Council, I mean, there's this something many are considering to be a mismatch in the game. That is, Council is chairman for the Liberian People Party, the LPP, and as he said, he's there since 2005 up to current, but then he's not coming on the ticket of the LPP. He's coming instead as an independent candidate, and the CDC is endorsing him.
That tells you that.
What is the political triangle you're trying to draw?
That tells you that Councillor Jallah,
there are many who are saying he should have contested on the LPP ticket, and then you support him.
No, but listen,
he coming as independent.
No, that tells you that people should not use political institutions to go as an SS package on a political institution. You should be able to make a political party, and a political party should not make you. This man has exercised and continued to exercise his own popularity, meaning he has worked, for himself. That tells you that this man is an extraordinary person. So he's not counting on a political institution. But don't forget, when he goes on Capitol Hill, he will name political institution. That's where we come in. People who go to think that I come from party green, I come from party white, I come from party red, or I'm an independent candidate, I can stand out independently, then you are a novice on Capitol Hill. You are a novice. Because no one, you want to win, you want to succeed with legislation, you want to succeed with opinion, you have to lobby. So Councillor Jallah will have to build fence around. You have to build a relationship. And this is why he has begun. So he's not making a mistake.
Many have said Council have gone into the election 3 times now. 3 times, ranging back from 2011 onward to 2014. And the recent one was the 2020 midterms and the election. And this is the 4th.
Consistently, why has he been?
He been maintaining the second place. Second.
So it speaks volume.
Yeah, but there are many people. There are many people who are saying that.
So it speaks volume.
They are saying that he's a tiring politician now.
No, President Weah went 205 in 2011. In fact, the other one was even in dispute, but on the basis of nationalistic belief, people say he won. And at the time, there were young people that time. They said, no, we got to take power. He said, no, please leave it. Time will come. They turned around, what did he do? The man won 40 counties, out of 15. So that tells you, Councillor Jallah, Nigeria have a tsunami across Lofa County.
In this election?
In this election.
This by-election?
This by-election.
Is that possible?
A tsunami. Trust me.
There are many who are saying there are new actors in this by-election. Because the 2020 election, where he got a whooping vote from the Kollie Hon belt, this time it's not going to be like that. There are new people in the election. But
there's something that you have not acknowledged. There are only 2 persons that Jallah have not beat. That's Samba and Momosaro. But everyone in this race, he has beat them before. With one margin, 2 times, he beat them 2 times. So what are you talking about? if you must went to a football match, I defeat you through, and you are not even closer to me. So if I'm going to play you, I will not be complacent, but I'm confident that indeed my usual victory will come.
Politics is a season. This is a different season.
This
Then when he did that was a different
changed.
season.
In fact, this man's strength had just increased.
Especially a by-election.
But this man is pretty successful.
The perception of the people have been this entire Brandon Samukai saga or shenanigans over the time said, well, I mean, thereby the court issue and other things, but this thing is something from the government. It is a calculated attempt. And even though we're trying to educate them and say to them, well, the law is a law. Let's follow the legal process because it said he mismanaged phone and he needs to pay the money. But we can't get away with that.
And I will hold you guys responsible for it.
And it's like they're using counsel indirectly because he was the first person who took issue with Samukai.
I will hold you guys responsible for not succeeding to educate our people in the first place, for the record. That's why I said, since the whole saga of Samukai started, I have never spoken about it. But now that the court is through with the opinion, I will now speak to it.
It's now with the executive.
This issue started long before the election. When Madam Cllr administration was still in authority. This issue about the AFL soldiers' money came into being. That was when they instituted the first legal action. When Brandon registered, some citizens of Lofa, they went to NEC and said, this man is in court. That was a red flag. This man is in court. Do not allow him to run. And NEC was right. NEC said, hey, it is not before us. This man ran for rescue at the High Court, so it is not our authority. It is above our jurisdiction to stop him. They were right. But if I were the one, if I'm about to go and apply for graduation, and someone says you have, a remainder to go and clear, you have 1 or 2 courses to clear, I think that should draw my attention. Those who have gone through universities, that should draw my attention before my commencement day. That should draw my attention before I apply for graduation, or else that will hold my gun. So that notice came. The notice came before we are administration. That time we were not in authority. And when you want to go apply, that red flag came back. So it keep coming. It like someone tell you, say, hey, something is wrong somewhere. So that should have drawn the attention of the UP to not put our BJ on the ticket. But being arrogant is never good. Whenever you go to
the UP was arrogant.
That would be arrogant because when you go to the temple of justice, you see the black cloth. It says what justice is blind. So justice does not know whether the Prince or Moses Kollie, if I do wrong, whether I am a senator or minister, the law will take its course. So the law was in full force long before the campaign. But people come, they be so disingenuous, they come and misinform our people to say that President we are.
It's important to test the law.
That was. But then, so if you test the law, you got a result, you want to shake the
It was the same law that gave him the green light. They said, well, go ahead, you can make it, go and contest.
No.
He said the court gave him the green light.
Well, anyway, I don't want the issue to take our campaign message away. Please, let us, we keep the market in our candidate.
So why is Moses Kollie and Tifa marketing Councillor Factor Jallah?
Yeah. Thank you, Kollie. And I like the civility, and you see the maturity that we come with. And I like the presentation from Kollie as one of the lead persons as we move into this process. We have not come to campaign because, for the record, elections commissions have now declared campaign open in elections in Lofa County.
Yeah.
But I think we have come to visit our people and take our candidate into our various communities, localities, and see how best we can interact. This is an interaction with the people of Lofa, sons and daughters, bringing our candidate into the county. But before I go forward, let me express my appreciation, like Kollie rightly said, since our entrance into the county. It has been very rewarding. We got in 2 days ago. from the bridge. The reception was very good as compared to what people hear sometimes in Maserati County in Monrovia. It was overwhelming.
Lofa is a no-go zone for CDC.
I got so impressed, and then we try to refute that because it's not truth. And I like to say this for the record. Lofian are very hospitable people that we know, all of us know. And the reception is very overwhelming.
But Uncle Tifa, politics is not new again. When this time politicians come in, they can truck the people. They say, go welcome.
Oh, not
Samukai did it. Cyrus did it. So you could do the same.
Unfortunate.
It's not new again, Uncle.
Those that you see on this table, we have been tested politically. Like yourself, for he is someone that is very experienced when it comes to politics, elections therein. He knows very well what to do because he has been tested once, twice. It's not a joke for any individual to go into election, into constitution, and won twice. So he's a veteran when it comes to that. Out of city, someone in the history of our country winning 3 times. So that means not just ordinary. I'm not sure anyone in Lofa County with all disrespect gone 3 times on elective post and be elected consistently, and just as the Lufian have done that. He has been in elections. This is his 3rd term and coming consistently. So the guys that you see sitting here, they are very experienced and knowledgeable when it comes to elections and understand what it means, the electors and the politics involved in winning. So to see us on this team, our colleagues, our friends on the other side, they know what's up. They know that there are men that are on this table. More besides, these are people that ran elections, ran campaign, managed campaign in this country that resulted to providing precedent. So when you see us involved into something, I mean, it's very serious. To get George, we are president for this country today. You cannot read the book from the beginning to the end, or from the back to the front without mentioning Moses Kollie, Thomas Fallah, and the rest of the crew that are here. So Lofa County is just one segment of our country, the 15 political subdivision. We charge the entire 15 counties in our country, and we produce and provide a precedent. So we are in Lofa County, like Honorable Kollie rightly said. We are here speaking as elders. I normally listen to people. I consider them sometimes unreasonable militants because whenever they come into our county, they speak and send out jobs. They get tagged. Sometimes they use the word the strangers coming, you don't allow them to come, and they want to take our place. They don't understand our culture and our tradition, and blood will waste, will die, and all of that. For us, we are elders, and we will speak as elders because we are leaders. And we will now take that path. We will take the path of giving the message that is required for our people to understand and speak in a more clearer term for our people to know what is happening, what is unfolding. I was telling someone yesterday, I normally listen to them when they're making those jobs and attack. They feel they want to provoke our people. They feel by using those strong comments, our people will always support them and always go in the direction. But they're forgetting to know they try to put a dark cloud on our county and then the image of the county, make the image of the county to look that we are all people that believe in destruction and we're not reconciled. We are not peaceful people. And I think Lofians are peaceful people. We never dare to cause violence. We disagree and we agree on issues. But we never one day try to bring our county, bring our homes, disrespect our elders. So sometimes it baffles some of us as national leaders when we hear some of our friends on the other side as national leaders use these kinds of strong words and probably to provoke or scare the citizens. I told someone yesterday for us on this team, as we move into the entire county, we will speak like the King Solomon judgment in the Bible, where he came up with a judgment that has to do with the 2 ladies, I think, claiming a child.
Yeah.
We listen to some of our friends, nobody to say they love Lufa so much, they own Lufa, they get authority on Lufa. But on the contrary, how do you love something so much you like to claim and you talk about destruction? And of course, we will burn this place. The people against us, we see strangers coming. The strangers want to take our land. Who are the strangers? So is Moses Kollie a stranger? Is Thomas Fallah a stranger? Is Councilor Jallah a stranger? Jallah is a stranger? Kennedy Kolba a stranger? Is it because of political ideology, because we're on the other side and they on the other side? All of them, nobody is stranger because we all are citizens. You ask me today, my blood is a kissing blood. He's a better blood running here. He has a bandit blood running here, like any of you guys here. So no one is more king than the other. The only problem we have, I think, we have some disagreement when it comes to political ideology. They on their side, we on our side. And the good thing is about in the game of politics is to make the case. Don't fight, because for some of us, we are peaceful people who don't believe in this combative politics and arrogance and all of that. We make the case, give the information, and the people make the decision, because that's the essence of true democracy. And it's just baffle us when we hear these comments. And the King Solomon judgment, you see people that always claim that the lady that was claiming that she owned the child. Unfortunately, she never had love for that child. That child was not hers. But the person that really owned the child and had a love for the child gave in and said, no, for me, for the sake of peace, if you show you love this child, have the child. But I know for a fact that this child is for me. So in this case, they claim that we are strangers. We are not the owner of Lufa. But I can tell them that we love Lufa more than some of them, because evidenced by our investment, our assets, and our activities in the county. So you will not love a county you claim that you love so dear, but you always put kids in the street to protest and demonstrate. Don't get me wrong, it's good. But your children can be home and you ask other people's children to stay in the street with placard. Your children can be going to school. Some of them get their children out of this place. They're going to America, they're going to Europe, they're in England. But those guys that always put our kids in the street, our parents in the street, or you check their children getting the best of education. But they go to the various entrances, the various stopping points, and make our children to be what the hooligans.
So these are things you did when you were in opposition as
No,
well?
come on. No. You see, sometimes, don't get me wrong, constructive criticism will come. I'm trying to lay the premise that you can come in. The reason we gave you these backgrounds is that, like you said, the issue of simulcast, which of course we don't want to delve into much, but I think these are all provocation, because I would first want to use this as a case study to see how they can do a comeback. You can't use this because you want to use this at the detriment of our people. And we need to keep making these emphasis. You cannot cry more than the bereaved. No one cry more than the bereaved. BJ is an educated man. He's worked long. He's a longer serving government official. He understands government and governance. He knows how it works. And that's why we continue to commend him on our team since we entered this county, because he made mature comments, responsible comments. He would have come and be very combative. You know, Bernie Sanders is very forceful. He's very combative. He's an intellectual. But he came a very remorseful, very calm, understanding the issue. And this is the message we want the people of Lofa to understand, that we are crying. They're making the people of Lofa to believe that the government, the CDC, is against one of the sons, one of the uncles, which is Bernie J. Samaka. That's why they want the people to believe, so that the people can get provoked and go against their own government. In the midst of all of the development, all of the things that happen in Lofa, they try to use the Bernie Samaka issue because of the selfish political gain. The selfish political gain, some of them want to claim the ladder, but they're looking for the convoy to claim the ladder. They want to use the BJ thing. But guess what? BJ gave them a slap in the face. I would consider a slap in the face by his comments and his presentation when he just left the county. Bernie Samaka acknowledged that fact in the Honorable Senate. And we knew the journalists need to make that in your presentation. That should be the emphasis, because you cannot yell more than the bereaved. He is the one that told the Bernie. His Bernie Samaka knows what he's undergoing. He is the one that always going to court. He has been the one that is being put on parole.
He wants to be a free man.
He wants to be a free man, but he wants to be a free man.
So he has to be kind.
No,
he can be arrogant.
No.
Obviously.
No.
He can be arrogant.
No. If I am in the wrong, it's not about arrogance, Prince. If you know that way you're in the wrong, there's no point of being arrogant. When you are right, you must be arrogant.
He wants freedom.
It's like, so, no. When you are right, if I am right in a case, I am right, I'm convinced.
I will not succumb.
I will not succumb. Because Fallah, nothing can teach me anymore. I've reached an age. I've reached a peak in government, like Brandon, like Moses, like him. He's a lawyer. Brandon is a seasoned official of government. He understands, like I said, government and governance. He got friends, even in the present government. So he knows how to find a way. So for Brandon to come up and tell the people of Lofa County that I am here standing in Lofa, not anywhere else, especially in Foya. Our understanding is Foya, they are the bigger uncles of our county. And if you understand and know Lofa and understand the politics of Foya, Foya having to be the heartbeat of all of our conversation today. But if Brandon Samaka Akisime for Foya can stand in Foya and tell the people of Foya that you helped me join me to tell President George, thank you. The fact that you have allowed me as a president, he has pardoned me. It is not my right. He has given me this privilege. I would have been behind bars. I would have been in jail. I would have been in exile. I would have escaped. Maybe in one corner, in one village, hiding. But today, I am here running into Morovia, every part of our country. Free man. It's because of this man. It's because this man believed that unifying our people, he believed in peace. He's a peaceful person. He's not running after me. That's why he was telling the Lufians. It's not him. It's not this government. It's not the CDC that has been perceived to run after me. He acknowledged this government when he stood in for it, and that's what I always praise him. From that point, I took full my company. We have not been talking because of this political difference. And I called him that at 10 o'clock morning until he listened to me through this meeting. He was acknowledged that. I called him to tell him, yes, big brother, you spoke like a leader. Thank you. This is how leaders talk. And you spoke like a reconciler. You spoke with remorse. And I think if most of our leaders in this country that believe and they think they love this country so much, they feel that this country belongs to them, only them alone. I think this is a path that they should take. That's the reconcile so they can set a legacy for our children, our young generation. You guys are coming up. Let them take the path of peace. The Bernard Samaka acknowledged and said, yes, I have seen a new foyer. Don't get me wrong, he's an opposition, he's not a CDC person.
Thank you, guys.
And thank the government that yes, I have seen a new foyer. I walk on the pavement. But trust me, he carried a Kennedy. The Kennedy was seated right under his voice. Check the recording. You carry a Kennedy. You went to sell a Kennedy. The perception that the people of Lufa and the community had. But you still there. Because he was just being fair and frank, honest. Liberians, sometimes people don't like honest people. You go against you and someone will say, what kind of politics is being played? But he was just being honest because since the existence of this county, of this country, the streets of Foya did not experience what is happening in Foya today. When he got down from his car, the next thing he saw was to walk on pavement. And that was just the honest truth. That yes, I have seen a new Foya. Even though I have an issue, even though there are issues, but at least I have seen a new Foya. Thank you, Mr. President. I have entered Foya today. At least I have seen an administrative building that I haven't seen. Oh, thank you, Mr. President. Today I'm standing in this political gallery. I see street lights, solar lights. I think it's worth us commending the president. He went further to say, and I want this message to go to the Lufians. That's why the team is a mature team, will relax and comfortable in talking. He went further to tell the people of Lufa County because it was live, the whole world watched. He went further to say, my only disappointment and with recommendation that those that are charged with responsibility to the work, they must help the president to make this thing work. I travel, I saw the road is deplorable, especially between Baziwan to Vondeman, Konya to Vondeman. As I leave from here, I come to you. I will meet the president. That's stewardship. That's leadership. That's maturity. I will meet the president because he's a citizen of this country and make these recommendations that if you have a minister of public work, Madam Minister, this is April, we're entering May. If this road is cut off, our people will suffer. No food, no medication. So I will meet the president. And trust me, right after his comment, there were intervention positively. As I'm told, there's machines working on the road, at least while they are with public work.
I saw one machine with your photo and
the Kennedy photo, the team here, because we are under operations. You know, so you see.
Why you put your photo on the machine again?
Oh no, the machines are all.
Then you go put your big banner.
Oh, we are the government. So you see Moses Kollie on the poster, the flyer, you know. But what besides, because we are clear, we're not hiding ourselves. We are not. They are coming. You know. We're not hiding ourselves. We're not hiding our identity. We are clear. We're supporting this man. So you will see flyers. You will see banner with Moses Kollie. You will see flyers. You will see banner with Fallah. You will see us carrying our Kennedy hand up. We will celebrate. We will canvas if the time comes. We engage. But more besides, before I let you come in, bro, We sit here as experienced people that have worked in this place that he's trying to come in the legislature. Like I said, I'm one of the longest serving person, 18 years of experience that I bring to this table.
I hope you go for the full time.
No, today, if elections is today, I prepare a win. It's not the case.
District 5?
Well, 5 or anywhere we win. So, please. But more besides, let me just share this and allow the colleague to come in. We come with experience, understand how it works. And it's baffled me. That's why you see Kollie other guys coming, because he can't work for the experience. Especially Terry, we're talking about going into the legislature. It's not about how much your voice is loud.
No, I see.
Sometimes someone said, nothing majority, I don't want to use that word. Not much your voice is loud to bring development and progress to your people. It's a game of network. It's a game of network, and the people of Lofa need to understand this. I worked in opposition for 12 years under Madam Ellen Joseph Salif. Because there is no representative or senator with not his or her chest to say, I will provide money, resources from my pocket to bring development to my people, because it's not possible. But what you do is you network, not giving your authority from your opposition or joining the ruling position. No, you can network, because I did it, it worked for me. I worked for 12 years, I did not leave CDC. A strong member of the CDC, the ruling party today. We're opposition, we're critics of the ruling party, but we're constructive in our engagement because I needed development to come to my people. I gave you a case study, the people of Lofa, and that's why some of our people today, they're fighting, they don't understand. That's why we need people that Joseph Jallah, that cut across. As compared to some of our senators today, we're not going to coordinate because we bring maturity to this game. If you're a senator that understands the game, there are so much to benefit as a county called Lofa. Lofa County is to be a county that is respected. Go to Nima today. Go see what is happening in Nima. For me, I believe in constructive jealousy as a leader and a rational person. But what is happening in Lofa today? It's disgusting, because we have some of our leaders that don't understand how it works. So at the end of the day, what they will do, they will revert and start to be combative and assertive and abuse people. They're not bringing anything on the table. You must network, because the 3 branches, you must have friends. You must be able as a senator to take phone and call the president. Mr. President, how you doing? Yes, oh, Mr. Senator, how you doing? Can we have breakfast? Can we have lunch? Can we have dinner? All is not about politics. It's also involved in the interest of your people.
What if the space is not provided?
No, you on an obligation as a leader. You should create. I gave you a scenario that I did not join Unity Party, and I don't want you to lose track of that and the people, the audience. I was with CDC, but Madam Ellen Joseph Salif, yes, mostly, because she have an agenda. She needs the legislature needs her. So we have the network. Because we were in CDC, but when she leaves CDC, we go sit and talk. We're not going there to say, because we're opposition, we're boss wrong, we're not listening to